everybody. This week we're going to be filming a Get to Know Your Program Facilitator video. We'll be answering questions and doing a fast round at the end, so stay tuned for that. And here we go. Hi, everyone. I'm Heather.
Hi, folks. I'm Vanessa.
Hey, y'all. I'm Brianna.
So the next question is, what is our favorite part of our jobs? This is a hard one. I know this is a hard one.
So much.
Because I know we love our job so much.
Yeah, I think that's really hard. I think just kind of like what I said about the intern question, just like the space that Girls Inc. provides, I think is something that staff really appreciate. I think it's something that volunteers appreciate. I think it's something that the girls appreciate, like anybody that has ever been a part of Girls Inc. I think it just gives off a space where you feel safe and you feel supported and motivated and included. And I think that's such a rare thing to find, especially to have all of those things in one place. So I think I just love being able to work with awesome people and enjoy going to work and being with the girls. I mean, there's obviously a million things. But I think just the space alone makes you want to be there and makes you want to do a good job and makes you want to go and make that change for other people and for yourself. So I think that's my favorite part, just being able to go to an awesome place and do really great work.
I would have to agree, like very ditto to what Heather is saying. But I think my favorite part would have to be working with the girls. I think that as much as we are here to bring them the tools and the programming that we have, they also teach us and enlighten us so much every day with their thoughts and their ideas and their opinions and their wisdom that they have to share. And it's really awesome to hear all their ideas and have them use their voice in a space where they feel comfortable enough to do that, and to be able to continue to encourage them to recognize that power that they have within themselves, to not only use their voice here, but to use it everywhere. So definitely working with the girls and learning from them too.
You both took the heart, like the good ones, so I'm kind of struggling. I think something that like really stood out to me and why I love our job is because of our team. Like I feel like we always work together and we feel like we're very inclusive. And when there's decisions to be made, it's not like a one person decision, it's like a joint decision, and we all discuss things, and I like having that debrief aspect of it. So yeah, that's my favorite part of my job, as well as everything you all said.
So moving along to summer camp, when thinking back to, well, for both of you for 6 summers, what is your favorite memory?
That is so hard. Oh my gosh. Even just like looking back like to the first summer, and I know because Vanessa and I had started the same summer and worked at the same camp, like it seems like such a blur. Like I want to remember all the things from like the first couple of years, but it was like the biggest learning experience ever that I just feel like I don't even remember from that far back. So it's probably going to be something more recent. Greatest memory. I don't know. I think anytime you get, I don't know if this counts as a memory, and like we're not going to say names of people obviously, but anytime you have like a girl come to camp that has either never come before or just is like super nervous or doesn't really know what they're doing, and just like seeing the girls include that person, or seeing staff really go out of their way to like make sure that they feel included, and just seeing that change in the girls from like Monday to Friday, or they on Friday like, oh, I'm going to come back for another week, and like 5 days ago they didn't even want to be there. I think those are just some of my like fondest memories, is just getting to know girls who on Monday you were like, oh my gosh, there's no way she's going to stay this whole week, and when she leaves on Friday, like she's probably never going to come back. But they're the ones that sometimes stick around the longest, and just the growth that you see in that and getting to know them through that whole like uncomfortable, awkward phase is just so interesting to me. So I think, I don't know, it's just like that feel good part of your job. I can't think of like an exact memory because there's just so many good ones and so many funny ones and stuff like that. But I think just like an all around good feeling of what I think of when I think about camp is just the girls that are really unsure of us at first and don't know if they want to be there. And then by the end, they're like, oh my gosh, I love it. Like, will you sign my shirt? And I want to come back. And this is like the greatest week of my life. And then maybe you knew them when they were, 12, and then they come back and they're CIT and they're like ruling the world. So I think that's just some of my greatest memories. And then they become staff. So I think it's just really cool to see that we're able to kind of foster that growth in the girls. Sorry, not really a memory, but
I also think like that is a memory because I don't know, I'm thinking back about like when we first started. Like I remember there were specific girls that felt like that when we first started, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is challenging. But yeah, I definitely think like that's a great memory. I think for me, my favorite memory was kind of like just the theme days and seeing how people dress up. We had like one staff member dress up as the Mad Hatter one year, and they like blew me out of the water. And it kind of sets that like tone and standard for what summer camp is about. And then also with like talent shows and stuff, like I remember there was a girl who was able to play the flute or the recorder with her nose. Like that's so cool to me. I wish I could do that. I can't, but I would definitely try one day. So I think what the girls bring to the table is my favorite memories.
Love that. I think for me, again, not really like a specific memory, but more so just an aspect of camp as a whole, is beach days. And when the girls finally meet their pen pals, I think it's just so cool how excited they are over something that's so simple. Like it's literally writing a letter to someone from another camp and getting to meet that person, and the excitement and enthusiasm they have about that, I think it's pretty amazing. And then when they actually go in the splash pad with them, or they eat lunch with them, or at the end of the day they're like, here's my number, I'm like, oh my gosh, that is so cool, all over just writing a letter saying, hey, I want to get to know you. And I think that really just can translate a lot into just regular daily life, just saying, hey, like you seems really cool, or seem like my kind of person, and I would like to get to know you better too. So I think that's just a really cool thing that we do.
Yeah, those are great. I totally
right, those are good ones. I like that. And I think like the best part about beach day is like, especially with the pen pals, is when they do the huckle buckle and they like hate it so much, but they end up getting it, and it's like that's awesome to see. So the next question, I know like our full team isn't here because we all know Tracy's not feeling completely well. But how would you describe our team, like a program facilitators?
I like that.
Yeah, like so incredibly supportive of each other. Just personally, professionally, anytime that you have a concern or there's an issue, someone is right there to say, I got your back, I've got this for you, or what can I do to make this better? How can we help? And I think it's really great to be in this space because you spend so much time at work. So it's awesome when you are comfortable and you feel safe and you feel supported and valued. So I would say supportive. I mean, I could say so much, but I don't want to take what Heather and Vanessa are going to say. So I'm going to leave it at supportive.
No, I love that. Yeah, that's it's such an easy question to answer because there's a million amazing things about our team. Yeah, I think for me, it's just when you think about, at least when I used to think about working in a space with just women, it really, really intimidated me. And I think that's mainly just because of like what you see every day in like movies and stuff about how women tend to treat each other just at jobs, or that really like competitive aspect of who's doing the best at this and who's doing the best at that. And I think we're just so good at lifting each other up and kind of just filling each other's buckets and being like, that is something that you're really, really great at. Can you try and show me how I can improve on that? Rather than just being like, I'm the best at this and you can go figure out what you're doing. Like, it's just really trying to like let people know what they're really, really good at, but also being willing to share those skills with everybody else too. Like Bree, for example, is super, super organized, and that's not my number one thing, but like I've already learned little things about how to stay more organized, especially like at my desk, to feel more calm and to feel like I have my stuff together. And Vanessa is super like outspoken and loves to speak her mind and like is so good at it and is fearless about it. And that's not something that I would consider to be like my number one thing, but I definitely think over the years I've learned how to like use my voice more and to say, hey, no, like this is what I'm asking of you, or stuff like that. And just, I think we really find the good things in each other and then kind of share those with each other so that we can all kind of improve in all those parts. Obviously, there's a million great things about Tracy too, probably just like her authentic self, and just knowing that when we're with the girls or when we're in a school to just show up and be ourselves, and that's what's really going to make them feel comfortable and get into the programming. So I think just, yeah, being willing to share the things that we're really good at with each other, and just kind of help each other out in those ways.
I think I would describe our team. The first word that comes to mind is family, because I think we just like have family values within it. Like we're very supportive, we're kind. Obviously we have different opinions, but we're able to like express that respectfully, which I enjoy a lot, because I love how our minds are so different, but they're all the same at the same time. So it's very, I just love the optimism in it. So yeah, I definitely think that I agree with both of you. We're both supportive. We're all, like Heather said, like we learn from each other all the time. But I think my favorite thing is that we're literally a family at Girls Inc., which is amazing to me.
I agree.
Woo-hoo.
Our next question is, what does Girls Inc. mean to you? Again, seems like it should be so simple, but I feel like there's so much.
Yeah, I think just like the number one thing that comes to me when I think about Girls Inc., and I think it's because it's the number one thing that it taught me, is just to use your voice, and just to know that your voice has power, what you're saying has power, how you feel about something has power and is valid. And I think it really is just to give girls and women, like we have interns that are women who learn that skill just then, that, you know, oh, my voice does matter here. I can say what's on my mind. I'm allowed to have an opinion that's different than somebody else's. And I think that's what it means to me, is just to come and to figure out a way that's to use your voice that is hopefully really beneficial for you. That's hopefully in a way that's going to inspire or help other people. But yeah, I think it's just to give everybody the chance to just recognize that what you say matters, and that it is important, and that people care about it. And sometimes it can really feel like nobody cares about what you're saying, or that you're wrong, or what you're saying is stupid, or that it doesn't matter. And I think at Girls Inc., that's just the complete opposite of what we're trying to tell people, is just to come and speak your voice, and probably somebody will agree with you. And if not, we're going to be respectful of what other people are saying regardless. So yeah.
I would say what Girls Inc. means to me is kind of the empowerment piece of like you see the change over time. Like 6 years ago, oh my goodness, I keep saying 5, but 6 years ago I was not the person I was before, and I feel like I've evolved over time. Like I started as an intern and now I'm running Pickering camp. Like that's pretty cool to me, and I feel like I've learned things from everybody. I've learned things from the kids, I've learned things from all of you, and I've learned things from Tracy and Yvette and like the rest of the staff members. So I feel like every time I think of Girls Inc., I think about how much we empower girls, and then we evolve along with that, like empowerment.
Definitely. Yeah, I do agree with what both of you are saying. I think for me, there's two things. First would be that I love working. Like that's just something that I'm passionate about in general. So it's really awesome to be able to have a job that is more than just a job. It's something that you believe in. It's something that you value. It's something that is ties in with your own values. So it's like you wake up every morning with this sense of purpose and accomplishment, and knowing that you're doing something for your community, for other girls, for families, and offering that support to the people around you. So I think that's just something that I really value, as well as, again, what Heather and Vanessa were saying, just that personal empowerment piece and that confidence piece, and being able to bring programming to girls that delivers them that piece as well, but also seeing that for yourself and seeing how kind of you change in the most positive ways after being at Girls Inc., even if it's for, I would even say, like a week, because I remember even from like the first week of my internship, it was literally 3 days, and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never felt so impacted by something so fast. So, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I think it's so funny to listen to all of our answers because we all have like a similar path, just in the sense that we were interns and we took similar programming in school, and now we're working here and camp leads and just all that stuff that's in common. But then when we actually break down all of those questions, we all had such different answers that I'm sure we all are like, oh yes, I could have said that, or I totally agree. I think it's cool to see just like our different opinions on that. Is really, really awesome.
Thanks, y'all, so much for watching. If you have any questions that you would like us to answer, we are planning on posting more videos like this, so feel free to comment them below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all of our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube currently, which is super exciting. And don't forget that virtual programming starts next week, so make sure you register. We want to see you there. We hope that you're there. It's free. Talk to you later.